I'm here with Penn State legend LaVar Arrington, and I don't mind saying it, Penn State legend Micah Parsons. Gonna chop it a little bit ahead of the NFL draft. Mr. Arrington, thank you so much for being here. Mr. Parsons, thank you so much for being here. And I got to know Micah just a little bit, but Mr. Arrington, I wanted to ask you, and in all seriousness, what is it like to see another version of the kind of player you were coming out of Penn State headed to the NFL draft?
Another version. I mean, he's his first version. He's pretty unique, and I noticed that about him immediately. Just his approach to life, his attitude. He's really someone that I gravitated to very quickly, and just knew that he was special when I first saw him, and that was where the whole idea of branding him and being a part of the Stick City lineage, he was worthy of taking that chance. I didn't feel like it was too big of a risk to watch him don the 2 1s at Penn State. That's a number that has grown into prominence and just if you're wearing number 11, especially at Penn State, that there's something truly amazing about who you are. Navarro Bowman wore that number. I wore that number. Brandon Bell wore that number, and Micah Parsons to me represents the best of us. And so I'm pretty excited. It meant a lot for me. It was humbling that he would actually take on the challenge of it. And it's just, it's been a cool journey. It's been cool watching him grow and watching him mature and just seeing how he's never turned into a different person. He never got brand new on anybody. And, I really respect how Micah handles things.
Micah, what does it mean for you to be able to put together a mentorship with a player and a person like Mr. Arrington?
Honestly, it meant a lot, when he reached out to me coming out of high school and then, helped me not just physically, but mentally, my journey in college, I feel like I bring a lot of issues to him that I was going through, and the words of advice and the words of encouragement and some things that he went through as a player. And then when you get that type of feedback and add it to your life and your game, it really expands your knowledge. So everything that he taught me, I'm able to share to other players and things like that. And I feel like it really benefited me over my career at Penn State and helped me get through a lot, just mentally, because I think a lot of people don't understand the challenges that comes with being a football player, especially when you have a higher expectation and you have a higher standard than a lot of people around you. So I feel like that's where I was able to really gain a lot of knowledge and just a lot of knowledge and attitude from LaVar and how he approaches everything. So it was really amazing.
Mr. Arrington, I hear from players like Micah oftentimes about how these mentorships work for them. What is it for you to be in a position to mentor, to have mentees, to have folks that want to follow in a legacy and want to hear what you have to say and are receptive to what you have to say?
You have to first be receptive. You have to first be the mentee. So they're mentoring me. And really that's how I've always been a mentor to guys that are coming through. It's really bouncing off of one another, what they're learning and what they're going through. And we just provide each other perspective. So I'm learning just as much from them as they are from me. And sometimes you meet certain people and you can just tell they move at a higher level. They just move at a different rate, and Micah's like a Neo type, he's just like the one, so it's kind of cool when you're able to listen to what such special guys have in their minds and what they're going through, the challenges that they experience, and just providing perspective it's really just conversations. You know, mentorship and menteeship is really just saying we're communicating. You know, we're able to communicate, we're able to listen to one another. And really, the most important part is we're able to trust one another. You know, it's a trust relationship. It's a trust give and take, because we can talk about any and everything. And it's all about, you know, results, where we're trying to go, what we want to be, what matters. And those are the things that truly have resonated. I mean, so much so, Micah, you know, and he can tell you best, but, you know, we're right now working together on a project with Micah Parsons Foundation called First Chance to do just that, where he talks about being a mentor and giving back and us paying it forward and really giving back. You know, Micah has a strong passion, and people may not know this about him, but he has a strong passion for, you know, helping kids that have gone through things, kids that have gotten into the system, that need a chance, you know. And he creatively came up with the idea of giving kids that have gotten into maybe some bad patterns, maybe into some trouble, maybe have gotten caught up into the system, dealing with youth homes and different things like that, and giving them a first chance. So to me, Micah doesn't just talk about what it is that he's saying in terms of what mentorship represents. You know, he's living it. And I'm just happy to be along for the ride, you know, and it's been really, really enlightening, and it's been super fulfilling for me to be a part of it.
Mike, give me an example of the kind of kiddo that you are trying to reach.
I say, I see every day at home, you know, kids who have a lot of potential, a lot of worth. And, you know, I just say, like, I was blessed to have good parents that always keep me in sports, keep me in my place, you know, show me the right manners. But maybe those kids that don't have the right influences at home, the influences around them, you know, those key pieces for you to be successful. Because we all know, we all been there when we were young, hanging out with the wrong crowd. I've got caught up once or twice just being with the wrong people, not saying they're not lead to the right things. But if you get a group of kids that want to be better and they want to get out of their subject to what they're used to. You know, we all get complacent and we're like, oh, well, I went down this path, so it's okay because my friend's coming with me. But in the day, it's really just you. You know what I mean? You came in here together. You're going to be isolated by yourself. You're going to just all these different things. And it's just like, why not change why not change the pattern? So I feel like I was blessed with this opportunity for me to do this because it's in my heart to like want to impact others and change the pattern. Like I feel like me making it out of Harrisburg, the last person to do it was LaShawn McCoy, but he had to go through a different route. You know what I mean? Like I was able to go to school, get my diploma, you know, and then still potentially be a first round pick. And not everybody said they could do that. So I feel like I changed the pattern, and people don't understand you need the school thing to do the football thing because they come together as one. And most people just think, well, I'm gonna do the basketball thing and the football thing, but really you need the school. So why don't I go ahead and teach these kids financial literacy? Why don't I give them tutoring? Why don't I give them that? Then on top of that, I could give them the football thing and the basketball thing because I've done it before. So you take all those things, now you got kids, and then you take them on college trips. A lot of these kids without my parents, they took me a lot of places. I met a lot of people, and those people that took me in because they saw my potential was taking me other places that I've never been before. If you don't ever see anything outside of your environment, you don't want to ever see anything outside your environment. So if I could take these kids to take them to school trips, you know, I feel like I could always take these kids to state college. That's like home to me. I feel like I'm always going to be welcome back. If I could just take them, their whole mind will change. They're like, wow, man, like, I can't imagine what it's like to be here. And then you got a dream now. So those are just type of kids that I just want to impact and, you know, really show change into the world to, because without this opportunity that I was blessed with, you know, I wouldn't be on this call with y'all today. I probably wouldn't know LaVar. You know, so it's just an amazing thing that, you know, I really hope that I get going.
LaVar, I want to ask you a little bit different question. Micah and I got tattoos. You got tattoos?
No.
No? Is there a
Yes.
reason as to why you've
No,
always changed?
I got tattoos, man.
Okay. And you said no.
In fact, not only do I have a tattoo, but I got them sticks on my arm, and I got that Nittany line in your face. So when I tell you I wear my attitude on my sleeve, I wear it on my sleeve. You dig?
Yeah. See, now that made me feel good. I'm so happy to know that. Thank you for sharing that. And, you know, we talk about it, you know. We were getting after a little bit. He was telling me about himself, I was telling him about myself, and it's not a part of the conversation that we usually get to have, right? And the reason I asked you if you had any tattoos is for that reason. What other ways can you come up with that have allowed you to relate to Micah? I mean, there's so many things that y'all share in common, but y'all have been really tight from what I've read and what I've seen for quite some time. What are some of the depths that you have uncovered with him?
Man, Micah's like my child. I mean, he's like my child. And in a lot of ways, the things that it's the same things I uncover with any of my other children. There's so many layers and there's so many depths that you get to experience and witness when you're watching them grow. You know, the best way to be a parent is just to guide the growth, stimulate the thoughts, but you allow them to experience what they're going to experience. You allow them to be who they're going to be. And that's been our relationship.